Hello, everybody. Hope everyone's having a good day today. It's Monday. It's the start of the week. Hope everyone started their week strong. You know, made it as good as it can be for a Monday. I have purchased a program called Chess Tutor from the Chess Steps website. And if you're not familiar with the Chess Steps, it's steps 1 through 6. They are intended to kind of guide someone improving in chess from step 1, a very absolute brand new beginner, all the way to step 6, which is like, I don't even know, like 2200, 2400, you know, something really high, super advanced. And I bought all 6 books from the Chess Steps program or the Chess Steps website, and I've been really enjoying them. But I saw that they had a digital tutor, a chess tutor program for steps 1 through 3. So I said, hey, I should get those. And then I was looking at them and I was like, hey, this would be really cool to stream on Twitch and share with my friends. But I was worried about copyright issues because it's not like a video game. Copyright works a little bit differently, and this is protected content. So I had to email the person who owns the rights to it, and they gave me permission to stream it. So that's very exciting. So now you will be able to join me as I go through these different training programs for both steps 2 and 3. Unfortunately, there is no chess tutor program for steps 4 through 6, which makes me quite sad, but oh well, what can you do? I was going to start on stream, I was going to start with step 1, because I figured, hey, you may as well do everything, but I opened up step 1, and it was literally just, it was teaching you how the pieces moved, and I didn't need that, so I decided not to do that. We're going to start with step 2. I do know a lot of these already, but I am going to go through all of them just so that, you know, you guys can be here with me and be part of this journey. And we're just going to work through every single part of step 2. I am going to try to make this a regular Monday thing. Normally I get on right at 7 p.m. Eastern time. I had a bit of a matter come up, so I'm late today, but normally I start right at the turn of the hour at 7 p.m. EST on Mondays for chess, and I'm going to try to make that I'm going to work on this on Mondays now. So if you're interested in this, if you enjoy this, then tune back in next week. I'm going to get started. So introduction is basic lessons. Basic lesson 1 is activity and vulnerability. In the we have the introduction here. We're going to start with the introduction. We're going to see what it says. I haven't actually used this, so this is new to me too. Hi Carlos, welcome in, man. Alright, so good and bad moves. I'm sorry I can't make this bigger. There's not a whole lot I can do in that regard, unfortunately. So you may have to kind of squint your eyes a little bit. I don't know, maybe I can adjust it a little bit. Maybe I can like just because I want to make it a little easier to read, right? And I suppose my head is big enough naturally. I don't need to expand it. So let's try making it just a little bit bigger. The program, not my head. Yeah, there's not much I can do, unfortunately. So you guys will just have to squint your eyes and use a magnifying glass. Good and bad moves. The pieces are ready, the game can start. So the question is, how do we actually start a game and what must we look out for? When is a move good and when is it a mistake? There is no doubt that is not particularly bright to allow oneself to be mated or to give away a piece. On the other hand, we can count winning material and delivering mate among the good moves. What about other moves? In order to answer this question, we shall make use of the ideas of activity and vulnerability. What these words mean is the subject of this lesson. Pieces are only active if they can do something useful. When is a piece useful? That is to say, active. It can make a lot of moves, can attack one or more opposing pieces, It controls squares in the opponent's half of the board, and it is cooperating with other pieces. Pieces cannot make the same number of moves starting from every square on the board. The knight on e5 has many more moves than the knight on a1. The mobility or ability to move a piece is something which you should continually bear in mind. The middle of the board is important. The squares d4, d5, e4, and e5 are the center. The squares around them are also important. A knight which is on any square within this zone can move any one of 8 other squares. It has fewer moves if it is on the edge of the board. I think most of us knew that already, but it's always good to get a refresher, right? Each figure on a square shows the number of possible knight moves. A knight in the center can make 4 times as many moves as a knight in the corner. This represents a large difference in mobility. It's a cool little graph. You can see that in the corners they can only make 2. Right on the edges of the corners they can only make 3, and then inside there you have 4, 6, and then in the golden zone, we'll call it, a knight can make 8 moves, or can hit 8 squares. Restricted mobility equals vulnerability. The knight in the corner cannot move. The black bishop is depriving the knight of all possible squares. The same bishop on d4 even deprives the knight of 4 squares. In spite of that, the knight can still move. Pieces with restricted mobility are vulnerable. Black only has to attack the knight on a1 and it will be in danger. The white bishop is in the center. From there it's attacking the black knight. The knight on g6 is in danger because it is unprotected. The attack on the knight on c6 is useful too. White can decide when he captures. Also, the knight cannot just go where it wants because the b7 pawn is hanging. The b7 pawn is stuck at its post. In brief, the bishop on e4 is active. In the opponent's half of the board, white has 2 knights which are equally mobile, yet the knight on d5 is more active. It is in the opponent's half of the board, and so it can attack the opponent's pieces more quickly. From d5, the knights can give check. This is true. And attack a rook in 1 move. That can be useful. Together, the chess pieces make up an army. A single piece cannot do much on its own. In chess, different forms of cooperation are possible. A piece can support another piece in attack. It's called a two-fold attack. A piece protects one another, or another one which is being attacked. Pieces help each other to control squares. Pieces share the jobs, being the chaser or the guard, and pieces do not get in each other's way. We'll give you an example of each of these points too. Pieces which are supporting each other control the same squares together. On the left, the queen and the bishop are supporting each other in the attack on the black bishop. White can take the bishop safely, a two-fold attack. On the right, the pawn is protecting the knight. If the pawn were not there, black could take the knight. The white pieces are cooperating well. Together they are controlling a lot of squares. That is important, but it is also significant that such squares together make up a specific area. That is the case on the right above. It makes it very hard for the opponent to make any constructive use of that part of the board. The black king has been brought down. The opponent is mated. That is true. Both knights are ideally posted. Together they control all of the squares at the center. Pawns standing side by side are often strong because they cover 4 squares along a single rank. Both white and black squares. The pawns on the right are covering only black squares. The f4 pawn is protected. The pawn formation on the left is often better, but that always depends on the position of the other pieces. Pieces all have a different way of moving, so it is logical that one piece is better suited to any given task than another. The pieces also have different values, so it is much more practical to let a pawn do the protecting. A piece which is defending something cannot take on a lot of other jobs, it must protect. So it is logical to let a pawn do this job. On the right, the rooks are sharing the tasks. The rook on g2 is the guard, and the other rook is the chaser. It delivers mate on h3. You know, I've never heard those two terms before. Getting in each other's way. All four pawns have excellent positions. On the left, the knight can jump over the pawns. On the right, the bishop comes up against the e4 pawn, and that could sometimes mean that the pawn was in its way. Advancing the pawn is one solution, or else the bishop can go to g4 so that nothing is getting in its way. In order to win material, you have to take your opponent's pieces or pawns. Not every attack will succeed. Which attacks are generally clever? Which targets must you attack? We know of three kinds of target: the king, material, and an important square. In the lessons which follow in step 2, it will become clear how you can win material by attacking these targets. In both the right and left halves of the board in the diagram, the king is in check. The king is the most important target for your attacks. This is true. When does an attack gain some material? The three possibilities are illustrated in the diagram. This is way more reading than I anticipated. The targets are an unprotected piece, a piece of greater value, a piece which is well enough not protected. In all of the lessons about double attacks... Hi Ray, welcome to the chat, dude! In all the lessons about double attacks, which are lessons 2, 8, and 10, this target plays an important part. Okay. I don't like this method of drawing an arrow for the knight. The target, a square. An empty square can also be important. There are two examples in the diagram. Both sides are threatening mate. The attack on the squares c8 and e4 are also certainly worth the trouble. You will find more about squares as targets in lesson 7. It's going well, blah blah. It's going well, Ray. How are you? Vulnerability. What is vulnerable? Something for that one side is an advantage. Something that for one side is an advantage is a disadvantage for the other. White is attacking an unprotected piece. Target material. Right here, the knight on c6. Just a little tongue twister. Yes, it is. Deciding between playing Pixelmon or Deadlock. We need chat to decide randomly for you. Tell you what to play. For black, the unprotected piece is vulnerable and requires some defensive action. What is vulnerable? The king, unprotected or insufficiently protected pieces, high value pieces, pieces on the same file, rank, or diagonal, which is lessons 3 and 12, an important defender, lesson 4, and a piece which is not very mobile, step 3. As you can see, the question of vulnerability comes up in many lessons in this step. In the diagram, we can see two important defenders. The white rook cannot leave the back rank or it would be mate. So black is in luck. He can play nc6 to d4, so just nd4. That is an important concept here. I always call it a pin, even though that's not technically what it's called. But this rook is stopping a back rank mate, and because it is stopping a back rank mate, it cannot move away from the first rank. So this knight is under attack right now. This knight on c6 is under attack by the pawn on b5. Black can safely move it to knight to d4 because white cannot take it. If white takes it with rx d4, then you have ra1 check, and that'll lead to a mate. You were just thinking about king f8. Well, king f8 would lose your knight. Summing up. In this lesson, you learned about activity and vulnerability. You now have a few points to remember when you are making a move. Put your piece in an active position, but also in a safe one. Just attacking willy-nilly is not so bright. Attack a target. The next lesson will give you lots of ideas about how to manage that in subtle ways. The difference in activity between the white and black piece is enormous. The white pieces are actively placed. Unfortunately for white, his army has been pretty well reduced in size. Black is vulnerable because his pieces are not mobile. The first reason for that is they are getting in each other's way. White can win material, but that gives black the chance to activate his pieces. White is sensible and plays the move displayed. The game is drawn by stalemate. I like that. This is indeed a stalemate. With bishop to c6, as the arrow indicates, there are no legal moves that black can make. So white would be in a very losing position anyway, being down a pawn and also a full rook. So he takes the stalemate that's being offered to him by going bishop to c6 and forcing it to happen. The end. Okay, goodbye. I'm kidding. This brings to an end the lesson about activity and vulnerability. The exercises on activity are useful. In exercise 1A, you have to raise the level of activity of your own pieces. In exercise 1B, you must prevent your opponent's pieces from becoming active. In the third exercise, you are looking for unprotected pieces. You must think logically about the mobility of the pieces and where are the pieces. The other exercises are revision from step 1. Okay? We can do that. We like that. You have finished the lesson. Continue with the exercises. Okay. Increasing activity. Which piece can you put on a more active post? Can one of your pieces attack something or become more mobile? You only need to make one move, but clearly this must be the best move. ... Anyone in chat, is there anyone interested in finding the solutions to each of these puzzles? Or should I just speed through it? E7? What's going to E7? I don't have a move for E7. There's no pawn. Alright, we didn't have any immediate takers, so until someone says something, I'm gonna go through the exercises. So, is this black to move? It is black to move, okay. Well, that changes everything. I see, so this is always going to be from the perspective of white, but this will indicate whether it's white or black to move. So, let's see. Honestly, the only move I like is king to f7 as black. The answer is correct. The white rook cannot penetrate and your own rook takes part in a mirror display. I don't know what a mirror display means, but that was the only one that didn't result in a check and a rook being captured. So that is why I made that move. Continuing. This is white to move this time. See if you can find it. See if you can find the move. What do you guys think the best move here is? Rook to h1. I like that. Rook to h1. You're getting a trade. You might be at a slight disadvantage, or it might be a drawn game. It's hard to tell at a glance. But let me point something out to you, Twig. We're seeing this is about activity, right? And you're wanting to offer a trade of our rooks here. Well, if you look, there's not much his rook can do right here, right? I mean, how many squares does he have that he can actually go to? He can't go to any of these. He could move backwards, but that only makes his position worse. He could go here, I guess, but there's no good attack. And if he goes right here, well, then he's under attack again right away. But meanwhile, our rook has an entire column all to himself, dead center in the board. So I would say that our rook is stronger than his rook, which means even though it's the same amount of material, I don't want to make that trade. That trade's better for him and worse for me. Carlos says F4 to open up our king. And he says, or rook to A1 to go to rook to A7. I do like rook to A1. Because right now, there's not many squares he can go here. But we can take that A column. And there's just no contest in the A column whatsoever. So I want to try rook to A1 and see if that's correct. That's correct. The white rook becomes active on the A file and will seize the B7 pawn. It absolutely will. There's no defending that B7 pawn. Alright. It is white to move in this one, and we are going to try to find the best move. Let me know when you guys think you found it. Deadlock has been updated and dinner has been made. Awesome. Alright, Twinkie says pawn to F4. So let's take a look at that. Pawn to F4. That would be an even trade, but that would weaken our pawn structure in the process. So pawn A or F4, EX F4, KX F4. It is an even trade, but we're losing this pawn chain. So that, and his are still connected. So now we have separate pawn islands, and his pawns are in a better position. Carlos says ND5 to go to NC7. ND5, NC7. I think that is exactly correct, Carlos. The answer is correct. White activates his knight and then seizes A6. So from here, Twinkie, we have the C6 square, or C7 square, sorry, that we can go to, and there's nothing Lat can do to stop it. After we go here, he's going to lose one of these pawns no matter what he does. And he'll have a very tough time trying to stop a promotion. Play the best move as black this time. If you guys think you know the solution, post it in chat, man. Awesome, Ray. I hope you have fun. We'll give Twinkie the spotlight here. No sorries. No apology. I'm really happy that you're here at all. Seriously, you don't need to feel obligated to chat or, do anything. Just tuning in is super awesome. Take the open file with rook to d8. I fully agree. Pretty simple. You're taking all this space that's not contested, and now there's nothing white can do. I mean, white can... Actually, no, there's nothing white can do. It's your space now. Alright, I am going to try to speed through this just a little bit. Play the best move as white. And of course, as soon as I say that, it starts to get a little more difficult. I think it's going to be bishop to f1, because I noticed that his bishop is completely stuck. My bishop is also completely stuck. But I think I can open up my bishop by going to f1 with the plan to route it to bishop h3. And now I have all this space that I can use. Wrong answer. I was incorrect. Let's try again. Wow, I really was incorrect. Oh, you know what? I had the right idea, but I went to the wrong place. I did have the right idea, but it's over here. We need to go bishop to a2, and then we're attacking the g pawn. g6 pawn to g5. Let's look at that. Oh, you must have meant in the last puzzle. Sorry, Twinkie. You know, if you see a puzzle and if you want a chance to look at it, feel free to tell me to stop. I know there's usually a slight delay to chat messages, and I also know that it takes time to physically type a message, so feel free to just say wait, and I'll hands off. You know what I mean? That way you get a chance to look at it, and we're not rushing. You know, because I've got all day. I don't have all day, but I will be doing this regularly. So there's no reason to feel like we're in a rush. Alright, this is white to move. I don't like this. Actually, I think this is white to move. I'm seeing knight to d4. He can try to kick it with the knight or with the pawn with e5. That's awesome. That's the best way to learn. Always to recognize and analyze a mistake. So I'm seeing, I'm seeing nd4 as well. nd4, e5. If he goes e5, then you have ne6, check. And then you can go to the c7 square. So this time the target, again, is a square. You're going after a particular square. Because once we get to nc7, there's nothing he can do to protect this pawn. So yeah, I'm going to go with nd4. Wrong answer. Man, this is supposed to be like beginner stuff here, man. This is like material for grandmasters or something. I'm kidding, but it is funny. You know what? Maybe it's this? No, it can't be that. I don't like king f4 either, because king f4 you have e5 check, and now you've lost a square that you can put your knight on. I mean, we have this. It'd be really funny if I was doing the same thing all over again. Just, I have the right idea, just go about it the wrong way. Knight a5. I don't think so, though. No, I don't think so. I don't think knight a5 is correct. I can't draw arrows, unfortunately. Even if I right click, it's just moving a piece. No, that can't be it. Huh. What about double his pawn and rotate the knight? We're seeing e5. Pawn takes on e5. I don't think so, because he still has to check here. So we're losing a pawn, and he has to check. I'm surprised it's not knight d4. I'm going to be so honest with you guys. I would be moving knight to d4, and d4 would have been the move I made, with plans to go here and attack that pawn. a5, so you're saying na5 to nb7. I don't see that. I don't see that. That's bizarre. I'm not gonna use a hint. I'm not gonna like use the help feature because, you know, the fact that I am only on the first exercises and already missing something means that I clearly need to work on this. If here, well, you know what? Actually, I guess I do have king to e4 after that. Yeah, that's it. Oh, actually, it's not even king to e4. It's so that you can take this, so you can take this square. So I kind of have the right idea. I identified a6, the a6 pawn. I kind of had the right idea. I just failed to execute it. I failed to find the best approach. All right, new puzzle, focused on activity still. I'm seeing immediately that this piece is stuck. This bishop is completely stuck. And you did see it. You did see it, Carlos. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just d5. d5. If you go here, then I can move my king up and take that pawn. Yeah. The answer is correct. The pawn move clears the way for the bishop. The g7 pawn is under attack. The black bishop can protect it, but it is also keeping the king away from f4. It's too big a job for one little bishop. Too big a job. All right, play the best move. We're playing as white. This one's a little tougher, I think. I mean, I'm honestly seeing rook a to d1. I think that's it. Because now that this column is ours. They have to trade right away. So rook a to d1. They pretty much have to go. They pretty much have to go rook takes on d2, because otherwise we're gonna start the attack and we're gonna win a rook. Yep. Because then we're the only ones who have the column. Alright, we're playing as white. Our rook is completely useless. How can we fix that? I immediately see rook or pawn to b4. Seems like a safe bet to me. I guess they have this. Oh, but if they move away, then we take this pawn anyway, so. Yep. Now we will be able to move our rook in the follow-up moves. Playing as white, find the best move. Tough. Can't go here because they just, you know, en passant all day, right? If we go here, then they have a check, and that's not good for us. Especially since all of our pieces will be completely stuck. It might just be here. No, because maybe it is F4. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. No, I think it is. I think it is F4. F4 if BX4 sack the rook. So you're saying F4. Well, the bishop can't take that. It would only be en passant. So GX F4. I guess we'd be able to march that pawn up. Let's see if that's it. Yeah, that's it. So if they go like this, then actually, yeah, we have king to e2. And there's no more checks. And now we can march that pawn up, and he's going to have to sack his bishop. All right. Let's do that over again. I'm going to try to go through it quickly. I'm going to try to go through it quickly and try to get everything correct. Just to put that, you know, into that memory retention. Oh, right. We're playing as black. Oh, black, yeah. Alright, good so far. This was the tricky one because this one takes too long. 1, 2, 3, 4 moves versus 1, 2, 3 moves. This was also the tricky one. And it was about opening up the c5 square. Or, yeah, the opening up the c5 square. Here. And here we double up our rooks. And here we open up the B file. And here we are preparing a pawn push. Alright, now we're going to continue on. Preventing activity by your opponents. One of your opponent's pieces is active or is threatening to become active. If so, restrict its activity. You only need to make one move, but clearly this must be the best move. We're playing as black. Looks like they're about to activate their rook. So if we do this, looks like they're forced to make that trade. We take it back. They can go here, they can go here. Our king is going to be closer to those. So our king is more active than their king because we're closer to here. We're going to be able to take these pieces and weaken the pawns and, you know, push our way to success. They're about to make their rook active. So in one move, their rook is going to become a lot more powerful, perhaps even equaling our rook. So it makes sense to trade these, right? I was wrong. Does not make sense to trade those. Fool was I. I don't know if anybody likes playing Wordle, but we have a Wordle game going on in our Discord server. Rook to b7 wins in this case, no? Well, we can't move a rook to b7, Frosty. Also, welcome to the chat. Thank you for popping in. it is black to move. We have a little indicator here at the top of the board. When we see that little black square, it's oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. I apologize, I misunderstood. So it does look like taking the pawn is our only real option. No, we're still wrong. Twinkie says rook to d4. You know, rook... no, because we still run into that same problem as before. We run into this problem where, oh! I see it. I see it. We're seeing that he wants to trade these pawns to open up his rook. An important note here is that he can't move his rook anywhere on the 6th rank. He can't move his rook anywhere on the 6th rank. He wants to trade these pawns so that he can move down the B rank. How do you stop that? Right here. I didn't even see that. Cool. And yeah, now his rook is completely lost. There's nothing he can do to save that rook. That's cool. I didn't even see that. I wish I could get like, yeah, I know that's a really cool move. I wish I could get like 100 puzzles just like that so that I could like burn that into my brain. All right, white to move. Oh, I know exactly what move this is. Now you can't stop a passed pawn. That's amazing. I love that too. All right, white to move. Oh, I beat you to it, Carlos. Let's see. Well, you have all these squares that you want to go to. Here, here, here. So it looks like b5 is the most powerful move to make. Yeah, look at that. b5. Frosty found it too. Way to go, Frosty. So, Twinkie, for your benefit, we're seeing our pieces. The first thing I noticed is that his knight wasn't in a good spot. And one of them's already being blocked off by my bishop. b5 cuts off all the squares. There is nowhere that he can move his knight. He may as well not have his knight right now. He may as well be down that material because there's nothing he can do with it. As soon as he moves it, it's gone. White to play again. Let's see. Looks like here, same idea. Wrong answer. Man, I got fooled. Oh, maybe it's here? Okay, it's one of two things. It's either going to be b4 or it's going to be bishop to h2. The reason I say b4 is because that means his bishop can't really come around. Oh no, he does have this. He has bishop f8 and then bishop h6. So I think it's probably this. You say bishop e3. I don't know. Maybe. The reason I think that it's going to be this is because that means his, well, no, maybe you're right. I was thinking that forces him to keep this guy here, but I mean, he can just move here, right? Okay, so we have three contenders, clearly. We have BE3, we have BH2, and we have bishop to B6. Oh, bishop to B6 is good too. I didn't even see that. Frosty says we need to block bishop to G5. Oh, you know what? Frosty, I think you're right. I didn't even think about that. I think you're absolutely right. Because now his king is immobile. The only way for his king to move is to go backwards. And he can't move this pawn. If he moves this pawn, he loses it right away with G takes on F5. So we'd be free to just march our king up, I think. Yep. Frosty, you take her home. You're correct. Alright, play the best move. We're playing as black this time. It's definitely going to be this. The White King cannot penetrate now. Twinkie, for your benefit, I have blocked off the F4 and G4 squares. So now the king, before he can go anywhere, he needs to go all the way over here, but he can't because my king's blocking it. So his king is completely immobilized. So now what happens? Black takes these 2 pawns and then pushes the passed pawn, gets a free queen for absolutely nothing. Playing as white, play the best move. If I go here, you're forced downwards. Oh, wait. Here, king to either G1 or H1. I'm not sure it matters because we have, yeah, that's it. We're trapping the rook with bishop E5 check, bishop C7. There's nowhere that rook can go. Bam, look at that. Look at that, guys. 2000, here we come. It's right around the corner. Damn, I kind of just want to push that pawn up. There's no check you can make here. I don't know if you can make a draw out of it. Here, here, here. I think it's just... Oh, it's black to move. I'm so silly. So silly. So silly. So it's going to be here because that pins. Alright, white to move. Again, if you want me to stop, just tell me stop. Just type it real fast. Stop in chat. Because I know there's a delay, so it's not always easy to... even when you find the solution, it's not always easy to type it fast enough so you can just shout stop. And I'll stop real quick. Hands off. Similar theme as earlier. We're going to see bishop d4. Now the knight is completely trapped. Nothing he can do. White to move. I think it's just here, isn't it? Yeah, pawn d5. There's nowhere the queen can move, and also, the knight is pinned. White to move again. I mean, it... Wait, is that so crazy? That is so crazy though. This is a fun one. I'm gonna give it, I'm gonna wait a second, guys. White to move. What's the move here? I like this one. BX7? I think you may have mistyped. White to move. AX B8. Alright. What are you promoted to? Promoted to a knight. Why didn't that work? There we go. You promoted to a knight because now there's nowhere the queen can move at all. The queen is trapped. And you can just march this other pawn up now. He can't go anywhere. He is completely trapped. I love that. I wish I could get that in the game. How beautiful is this? Trapping a queen in the corner with 3 knights in the corner. You have finished. All right, I'm gonna run it through again for my sake. Easy stuff. Trap the knight in. Hey there, Freya. Freya is a dope username. I like that. I'm doing good. I'm doing awesome. How are you doing today? Oh, okay, cool. What is it? White to move? Yep. Black to move here. Trap the king. Here and here. Trap the rook. This is black to move. What did we say it was? Oh yeah, here. B pawn is pinned. White to move. Trap the knights. Black to move, or white to move. Trap all the pieces. Huh. You know, I wonder what the follow-up here is. Because it's black to move, and he can go here. Oh, no. Yeah. He doesn't have a chance to... Well, here. He does have a chance to catch it. Interesting. And our favorite one. Promoting to a knight. On to the next. Click on all the white pieces which are unprotected. Okay, I can do that. That's unprotected, that's unprotected, and that's unprotected. Correct. Click on all the black pieces that are unprotected. Okay, that's unprotected, and that's unprotected. Click on all the black pieces that are unprotected. Okay, that's unprotected, that's unprotected, that's unprotected, that's unprotected. Oh, that's unprotected. Yeah. Does the king count? Okay, the king does not count. Click on all the black pieces that are unprotected. Unprotected. Click on all the black pieces that are unprotected. Unprotected. I missed one. Not all of these are unprotected. Are you sure? Am I crazy? Which... Did it say black pieces? Oh, you're so right. You're so right. Frosty and Twinkie both found it, yeah. I'm so silly. Man, you know, I was thinking this is a silly exercise, but clearly I needed it. Alright, click on all the black pieces which are unprotected. Okay, we're gonna slow down a little bit. Nothing is protecting this rook. And nothing is protecting this knight. Everything else on here has at least one piece protecting it. Click on all the black pieces which are unprotected. Nothing protecting this, and nothing protecting this. This is protected, but this is not. This is also not protected. This is not protected. Everything else is protected. Man, lots of clicking on the black pieces today. Protected, not protected, protected. So only the one piece. Not protected. Not protected. Not protected. Not protected. Alright. On with the next. Mobility. There are numbers on 6 squares of the board. They stand for the number of possible moves which can be made by the piece which belongs to that square. You're gonna start doing that on your games? That's a good idea. I should too. They stand for the number of possible moves which can be made by the piece which belongs to that square. Place the pieces on the correct squares and click on OK. Pieces often get in each other's way, so they cannot make the maximum number of possible moves. When 2 numbers are the same, you must come to your solution by logical thinking. The tasks get harder and harder. This is a tricky exercise. Okay. Let's give it our best shot. 27? Well, it has to be the queen, right? We know that a knight on the corner can only make 2 moves. This has to be the pawn, because a pawn can move either 1 or 2 squares on its very first move. So that leaves 2. This is going to be the rook, right? 7 and 7. Yeah, that's the rook. Well, now wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh wait, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. What? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. We're good. We're good. That was cool. Kind of like this. All right. I'm gonna give you guys a second. Tell me where the pieces go here. Twinkie says king to 8. Absolutely correct. What else you got for me? Carlos says QF1. Correct. BC6. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that can't be right. One of those is incorrect. BC6 is incorrect. Alright, Twinkie says knight to c3. Knight to c3 is incorrect. Carlos says bh2. bh2 is correct. Frosty says number 4 is the pawn. Frosty is correct. Rook to e4, which leaves knight to e7 or c3. Right on. Oh, this one's fun. Oh, I did. I apologize, Twinkie. You were absolutely correct. I take back what I said. I made a mistake. Same for the Frosty says same for the pawn g7. That's absolutely correct. Because you have here, here, and here. Four. Bishop c3 is correct. Rook to b2. Well, let's see, we have 7 here and 7 there, so that's correct. Queen to a1, also correct. Reason that it can't be the other way around is because then the queen would have a3 and c1, so that would be 16. nd4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, that is correct, which leaves only the king. These are fun exercises, make your brain work a slightly different way. Let's see, this and this. No, wait. Just kidding. King there, knight here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's also incorrect. Queen a7. We have 7 here and 1, 2, 7, 8, 9. I don't think that's correct, is it? So the knight is g7. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh yeah, that is correct. Sorry. We have the b8 square, which means this is probably the rook. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is probably the bishop. Yeah, and then this is the pawn. Wrong answer. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, that's not right. One. Oh, I am silly. I was right here. 1, 2, 3. Can't move here. 4, 5. Okay, so that one's yeah. And here, 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 and here. There we go. I totally got it. Totally got it, guys. Totally got it. Only 2 moves here. That's gonna have to be the king. And only 2 moves here. That has to be. Wait, no, not the knight. 1, 2. Yeah, no, not the knight. So the bishop, or no, sorry, the pawn. Yeah, I'm not really sure how it's counting this. A pawn on g7 only has 3 possible moves. I don't know why it's doing that with the pawn. I don't understand that. I'm not sure it's super important for the intent of this exercise. But I agree with you, it doesn't make sense. Let's see, it can't be that. Bishop here, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, bishop there. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. 7, 7, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 12, and 14. You can promote it in 4 different types: queen, bishop, rook, and knight. I mean, yeah, I guess. Nice spot, Twinkie. Well done. I was really only counting the moving of the pawn itself, but because it's about mobility. But I guess that makes sense. And if there were pieces there, they could be captured, but it's alright. Anyway. Okay, so there's nothing to capture, which means the pawn can only move 1 square. King has all but 1 square here, so that's 7. One of these is the rook. So which one of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's probably the knight. This is probably the queen. One of these is going to be the bishop. This could be the rook. This has to be the bishop. No. This has to be the bishop. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. There you go. Good stuff. Nothing to capture, so the pawn can only move once, or one square. 7, 8, 9. 7, 8, 9. Okay, so this has to be the queen, and this has to be the rook, because otherwise the queen would have extra squares. What can move 7? Probably the bishop here. This one's probably the knight. All right, no worries, Twinkie. Appreciate you tuning in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this is the knight or king. It doesn't work the other way. If the king were right here, it would have 8 squares. All right, number 8. Pawn can't capture, so it only has 1 square it can move to. King is completely unobstructed, so it has 8 squares. This has to be the queen. It's got these 2 diagonals. This has to be the rook. And either of these could be the knight. So which one's the bishop? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so that one's the good stuff. Good stuff so far. Continuing on. 0 squares. We know that's the pawn. 7 squares. That would be right here is the king. 10 squares is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. I just can't count to 10, guys. 10 is a really, it's a really big number for me to count to. You gotta give me a break here. You gotta give me a break. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, wait. Rook goes right here. Perfect. Perfection. This one's probably the knight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. I was right. I was wrong. It's the other way around. Oh, wait. I'm so silly. Hang on a second. Okay, this could be... Let's see if this will work. So if we have the knight right here, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... Oh, wait, whoa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If we have the bishop right... Wait. No, this has to be the bishop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This has to be the rook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Got it that time. Okay. This has to be the pawn. Only 1 square to go to. This has to be the knight, because one of its 2 squares are blocked here. Either of these could be the king. This is going to be the queen no matter what. This can't be the queen, so this is the easiest one to start. We do have 8 squares for the rook, and way more squares for the rook here. So this is that, this is that, this is that. There you go. On to the next. Alright, mobility of pieces is done. Now it's time for play. Exploiting vulnerability. We're moving up in the world, guys. Win this position, be careful not to lose your last pawn. Okay, I will do my best. King is trapped. King can't go anywhere. It looks like he's going to be caught making a bad move. Okay, this is where it's going to be tricky on us, isn't it? If I go... Oh, I've already lost. Be careful not to lose your last pawn. Okay, so let's take a moment to think about that then. You have king to f4, and king goes to h8. No, king f4, king h8, king or knight e5. Oh, you're right. Yeah, that's it. Because after knight e5, he can't go knight g8, which is what he wants, because if we went knight g8 instead of king g8, then we would have knight takes on f7, checkmate. So we're going here. Yeah, right here. I mean, we can just give up the give up the pawn, or I mean, give up the knight, but we're not going to. Oh, we have to. Oh, we have to play all the way to win. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough, dude. Didn't we just do this? Oh, oops. I realize now what I did. I hit the again button. Okay. Position to play to a finish. White wins if he plays well. Okay. Hey, this is a puzzle. We recognize this. What a weird song. I'm gonna skip it. Oh, we have difficulty settings over here. Let's put it in the hard and see if we can win. Because I definitely messed up there a couple of times. I think we can just, maybe we do this. Oh, we can't do that actually. Okay, let's start over. Here, and then here, and then here, and 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 da 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 here, and here, and here, and here, and here. We messed up. Okay. Totally messed it up. We know this is right. BF5 check looks unnecessary. Okay, let's not do that then. Here? What? Hang on. This is when you when you put the difficulty up, it's a little harder. D4. Oh, I assume you meant D5. Yeah, I mean both of these are protected. Okay, we beat it on hard. Alright, on to the next then. Placing pieces safely. Alright, let's do it. Put the first piece on the board. Then your opponent puts the same piece on the board. place the following pieces safely on the board, not under attack. They need also not be safely protected. You may attack pieces yourself. For example, a bishop attack a rook. Bishop must go on squares of different colors. Okay. Oh, I don't have a choice on which one I place first. Okay, let's just put it right there in the middle. Not under attack. They need also not be safely protected. So here, here, yeah, here, and here. Black. Oh, black can't. Yeah. Whoops. Oh my gosh. Okay, whatever. Oh my gosh. Okay, whatever. Alright, this one has to go on a white square, guys. Okay, that was a weird exercise. I'll see you later, Clem. Thank you for tuning in today. Oh, is this just the same exercise over and over again? It totally is. Which knight collects the most? There are 62 coins on the board. Fortunately, the opposing knight is on a square of a different color, so you cannot lose your knight. When you've already collected a good number of coins, stick close to your opponent and make sure that he cannot collect any coins. Okay. Bizarre. Oh, man. Yeah, we did it. We beat him. Cool. That was also kind of fun. Extra exercises. Cunning ways of getting out of check. Let's do it. The king is in check. How do you get out of it? Be careful not to be baited if you make a king move. Also, be careful not to lose any material. The important thing is, first think things through and weigh up all the options, and only then play your move. Play the best move as black. We are in check. Well, it can't be that, so, well, maybe you can. Here, 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 and the answer is correct. Okay. Play the best move as black. Well, this results in a second check, and we don't like second checks. So, let's go here instead. Yep. We attack the rook, and now we're playing as white. Oh yeah, forgot we're in check. Silly me. Oh man. Oh wait, I got it. Guys, I got it. He's attacking the rook, yes, but if we go here, no. No, just kidding. Oh, that's a check, so yeah. We're in check. We can't take that piece, but we can take this. And if we take that, then I mean you have this. Oh, that would be a mate, wouldn't it? If we go there, yeah, because that's protected. So we can't go there. Which means we don't have many options. If we go here, we lose a knight, or lose a rook. So I guess that only leaves this. We're playing as white, we're in check. Obvious move looks like this. But if we do that, then we actually are down a rook in the long run. So we do this. This, yeah. Black is in check. Well, we can't take that, unfortunately. In fact, we only have 2 legal moves. If we go here, it's a mate and 1, so... Oh, wait, no, it's not. Oh, we can't go there, because if we go to h8, then queen e8 check, rx e8, pawn promotes check. Yeah, no, we can't do that. So we go here, so that we have that defender still. White to move. White is in check. What do we do? Ooh. King h1. King h1 is incorrect. It's bg2. Play the best move. White is in check. How do we get out of this check? Right here. No, wrong answer. Well then right here. No, wrong answer. Right here. That is correct. Woo. You said, but at bg2 he can draw. BG2 here. No, we can't. We just have King G1. I really like this because it's attacking the rook. Play the best move. White is in check. How do we get out of check? Do we just capture it? No. We go here. Which is a little bizarre, but that's what we do. Whew. Alright, this may be our last exercise for the day, guys. My brain can only work for so long. You have to put the pieces below the board on a square with a box on it. The squares with a number are a hint. The number tells you how often the square is being attacked. Logical thinking will help you work out which square each piece should go on. Okay. So, how many times it's being attacked is the key points here. This isn't being attacked at all. So that rules out putting the bishop or the queen here. This is being attacked twice, so I'm thinking queen, rook, or no, sorry, queen, bishop, rook. Right? Cool, we got it. Although I think these could be interchangeable here. This piece is not being attacked at all, so that rules out the rook being right here. This one's being attacked twice, so this one really has to be the rook. And this one is, well, this can't be the queen, so this has to be the queen, and this is the bishop. One attack, so this could be the queen or the rook. It has to be the queen or the rook. Only one attack. Ooh, what? Oh, yeah. Okay, so queen here and bishop here. Good stuff. Only one attack. Only one attack. This could be the queen. This could be the bishop. Wait. No, this could be the queen. This could be the rook. This could be the bishop. Queen, rook, bishop. Queen, bishop. Nope. Rook. Nope. Here, yeah. There we go. Oh, yeah. I see. Oh, I got him backwards. Alright, 3 more to go. Rook attacks only this piece. Queen only attacks this piece. That can't be right. Okay, so queen here, bishop. No. Bishop, rook, queen. Oh yeah, we got it now. This could be the queen. Attack all three once. This could be the bishop. No, it can't. Nope. Just kidding. It can't be that, guys. Jeez. Pay attention, y'all. Alright, this. Yes. This. Yes. And this. Alright. One more. Queen, rook, and bishop. Okay, I swear a second ago the attack didn't go through, but whatever, I guess. Which means this is the bishop, and then these are interchangeable. These are not interchangeable. I was wrong. Oh, wait. I think what I got confused is they can't go through each other, right? Oh, they can go through each other. Okay, whatever. Alright, guys. Well, I don't know. Maybe I should get through the whole first chapter. Who is threatening mate? In this exercise, it can be either white or black. To move, you must say who is threatening mate. It might be nobody, or white, or black, or both. Alright, so we have white, and black, and neither of the two. Well, white is definitely threatening mate. Black is not threatening mate. So it has to be white. Only white. Correct. Who is threatening mate? Is this not... Oh no, it did change. Oh, it tried to be tricky. Black is threatening mates, and white is not threatening mate. Who is threatening mates in a one? We have this, but they have a defender. So white is not threatening, and neither is black, because they also have a defender. Who is threatening mate? This... Okay, so there isn't a mate in one for black. Oh, wait, yes there is. Just kidding. Yeah, you have this. So black is threatening a mate in one. Yeah, you lost your queen, Carlos. Pay attention. Alright, so black is threatening a mate in one, and so is white. They're both correct. Who is threatening mates? This looks like a mate in one. And this looks like a mate in one, so both. Who is threatening mates? Here? No. They have this. Here? Oh yeah, okay, so we do have this. F5 check would be mates. So white is threatening mates. Is black threatening mates? No, so only white. Oh, what? This is definitely threatening mate, right? Here, can't go there, 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 can't go there. So white is 100% threatening mate, but where is black's mate? Is it not only mate in one? Like, oh, I'm so silly. I'm looking at only black king. Yeah, right here. They're both. I'm so silly. Ugh, that's what happens when my brain is tired. Let's see here. Is white threatening mates? we have this. These two are protected. This is protected. No, this is not protected. Okay, so that's not a mate. Is this a mate though? This is a mate, yes. So rook to d8 would be mate. So white is threatening mates. Is black threatening mate? I believe the answer is no. Yeah, there's no mate for that. So only white this time. Who is threatening mate? Well, not black, because they have this. And white is threatening mate, so white. My brain, guys, my brain hurts. Who is threatening mate here? Let's see. If we go here. No, they have this then, right? What if we go here? I think that is the mate. Yeah, okay. Knight to d5 check. This is protected, 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 protected. So that would be a mate. And what about white? Or black, sorry. Does black have a mate? The answer is also yes, so both. I think white does have a mate here, yeah. Okay, so white is threatening mate, and I think black is not threatening a mate. Yeah, no. So only white this time. Good stuff. Oh, we just finished. Okay. All right, one more exercise, and then we're on to a test. Name squares. Click on the square. G2, that would be this. D8, that would be this. F7, that would be this. E3, that would be this. G5, that would be this. B4, that would be this. F3, that would be this. B2, this. A2, this. C5, this. That was easy. Okay, that was it then. 1A test on step 1. I think this may be like going back. Like this may be review on old stuff. Okay, play the best move. Oh, we're playing as blacks. Sorry. I believe this is a mate 1. It is a mate 1. All right. Playing as black again. Are we in check right now? I think we're checked. So we have to get out of check. We have only 2 legal squares to do so. Both, we go here. That's bad. Wow, this sucks. Well, we can't go king to b6. That square is under attack. We only have 2 legal moves here. And that's a4 and b6. You hang your king. Yeah, this is not good. If I go here, Oh! Yeah, no, it's not good no matter what, but if I go a4, then it's a mate in 1, so I have to go here. Okay. Play the best move. We're playing as black this time. Checking for checks. We have no checks. We do have free material right here. Is there any tricks to it? I don't think there is. So, yeah, okay. Easy stuff, right? Playing as white. This is definitely a trick. We can go here, and that's a queen. But if we do that, oh wait, no, we can't. I'm so silly. I am so silly. I'm looking at the whole thing backwards right now. Well, this is a mate in 1. So is there something that avoids a mate in 1? Yes, there is. Play the best move. Well, I would love to do that, but that's a mate in 1 if I do, so we can't. We could take that. Unfortunately, they have a bishop right there, so that doesn't actually help. But I think that's our only option. No, it's not. Oh, yeah, because it's an even trade then. Silly me. Silly, silly. Playing as black. We have hanging material right here. That is never a good thing. That loses our queen. Man. Okay, hang on. Do we even have something that saves our material? I don't think we do. Oh wait, yeah we do. We have this. A cat getting in my way. Ugh. Use the mouse to click on all the squares which the knights can reach in 2 moves. I mean, does that count the first move? Oh, bro, okay. I thought we were hitting continue. I don't know if it counts the first one or not. Let's assume it doesn't count the first one. So here we have this. Here we have this and this. Here we have this and this. Oh, well, this seems to be a pattern here, guys. Here we have this and this. 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 Yep, that's it. Play the best move. Playing as white. Do we have a check? Not that I can see. But we do have hanging material. Ooh, but if we take the hanging material, they have a mate in 1. That's not good. So I think the only move that doesn't lose is this. Play the best move as white. Well, we have this, and I believe that is a mate in one. One more. Play the best move as black. You know, I don't think there's any way to stop this promotion. If we go here. Yeah, that's it. No way to stop that promotion. That was tricky. I like that. Continuing on. Test. I think this is the one we just did, right? Okay. No, I guess this is the second one. Alright. Play the best move as black. Okay, our queen is hanging. That's not a good thing. Ooh, what we have is nasty check. And that's probably the move, right? Yep. Black again. Do we have a hanging piece? We do. Ooh, but we can take this free piece instead. Yep. White to move. Play the best move. Let's see. Do we have hanging material? Doesn't look like it. It does look like we're threatening all kinds of attacks here, though. Black doesn't seem to have much hanging material either. Oh, but you know what? That's a mate. Alright, black to move again. We do have hanging material right here, which is not good. Whew. It almost seems trapped. Yeah. So is there something we can do to save it? Question mark. I mean, I guess we can also threaten the queen. No, they can just take it with a bishop. I mean, with a pawn, I mean. Oh, we do have this safe square right here. And I think that has to be it. Yep. Alright, white to move. Find the best move. Do we have any hanging material? Well, this is pinned. This is hanging. So we're about to lose this piece altogether. Unless I go here. I think that's it, right? Yeah. Right? Yep. All the squares you can reach in 3 moves this time, okay? So let's start here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I guess that one counts because it can come back. 1, 2. And I think that's everything. You said all light squares. Oh, you're right, aren't you? It is all light squares. Yeah. Dang, I was about to do all that manually. I'm so silly. Oh, I did do it manually last time. I am silly. Okay. Play the best move as black. Alright, let's find the best move as black. Well, that's still in check. All of these are in check, all that's in check, so we only have 2 legal moves, because there's no way, well, you can block it, but that's just this tutorial, so 2 legal moves that make any kind of sense. We have this one, don't like it because it's another check right away, so we're gonna go here. What? Wrong answer. I've been pranked completely. Alright. Excuse me, guys. Excuse me. Oh, my. Oh. It's black to move. Sad. Well, if white moves queen to c6, that would be a checkmate. So, let's try to prevent a checkmate with this move. Yep. White to move this time. No threats of checkmate. I think we're the ones checkmating this time. Yep. And white to move one more time. Let's see. Well, this is pinned. Oh, and this is right here. That's not good for us. So this would be a mate. Not good, not good. Don't like it at all. I can't take it because that's also just a mate. Carlos, you're absolutely right. Rook h4 is the only one. Wait. No, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Rook h4 is the only move that doesn't end in mate. Alright, that was 100%. I just misclicked. Alright, guys. That finishes chapter 1 of step 2. So we're gonna call it a night there. Thank you everybody who tuned in. What am I doing this week? Friday is Hollow Knight, so I will look forward to seeing people there. Good night, and